Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 67 and today I am starting things off above the gigantic hole that I've created outside our witch hut, or what's left of our witch hut right here. So this is what happened in the previous live stream. As you can see, we built up some automatic TNT diggers and they did a pretty good job at clearing out the area here. But I've been thinking more and more about this project in particular. You see, I was flying around the other day and I found this little thing, which is another witch hut, and this actually has a witch in it, which is pretty exciting. So this thing right here is about 200 blocks away from the other hole that I've created. And I've been thinking, in terms of the actual build itself, maybe it might be smart not to dig out a perimeter, but instead to surround the entire thing with buttons, a little bit like what Iskall did with the Wither farm. That would be fun, it would be a good live stream project, it would be a lot less frustrating than doing the automatic miners, and also it could end up looking cooler. I'm going to be doing a lot of thinking about that over the next couple days. I'll let you know what my thoughts are. But anyway, in today's Hermitcraft episode, we're not going to be dealing with the witch hut in the slightest. Instead, we're going to do a little bit of farming work over by my base. Okay, we need to fix that. Regardless, we've actually got a decent quantity of villagers here. So I think now that that's fixed, I should probably sort through them and try and get some good ones into the system. Now, I thought this would work well in the form of a super fast time lapse, and in this super fast time lapse chat, I want to ask you guys a bit of a question, which is, what version of Minecraft do you play, if any? Now, this is a bit of an interesting one, and I was actually talking about this in the live stream that I did on Sunday. It's something that's kind of come to my attention. Well, I mean, I've known for a little while now, because I think I actually asked this question way back in Hermitcraft Season 4, but I know that there's a lot of people who are watching my videos who either don't play Minecraft at all, and they just enjoy watching my videos because they like my videos, but also there's a large number of people that play on the Bedrock version of Minecraft and don't play on Java. And that actually applies to the Redstone videos as well, which is really surprising to me because, of course, Bedrock Redstone is completely different to Java Redstone. So it seems like there wouldn't be a transfer, but people still enjoying watching them. So I want to give you guys a question. Hopefully I'll remember to put a poll on this video right here. But the question is, what version of Minecraft do you play? Do you play on Bedrock? Do you play on Java, so the PC version? Or do you not play Minecraft at all? I'm interested to know which one's the biggest. I think it might be not playing. Well, that wasn't particularly successful. We didn't really get any crazily good villagers, but did we just get a baby? Okay, I was just stressing out because I thought I had broken the villager breeder again, but it looks like it is back to working, although we have got a nitwit, which isn't anything particularly special. Anyway, we are going to be working with villagers in today's Hermitcraft episode, and I've just realised, I killed off some farmers that were in the system. And we kind of need them today because I've been seeing a bunch of people around me making these really cool carrot and potato farms, and I thought I would get in on the action, but now we don't have the villagers to do it. Oh well, I guess what we'll do is we'll build up the structures and then we'll work out what to do next. Now I think we should build this thing around about here. So in this spot, in between the beacon, I might even move this beacon a little bit so that we can slot it into this space, but as far as I remember, they're kind of like a hexagonal shape, and I think that should look quite cool in this spot. I was wrong. I suppose we can build up the building around them to be slightly hexagonal. In fact, I think I probably will do that. But this is the design that we're going to be using. It's by a chap called Logical Geek Boy, so I'll put a link to this video down in the description, and it is so smart. We've seen it used inside Iskall's base, and it's really intelligent the way that it works. So all designs that I've had to use in the past have had villagers in the middle, so you have to have 2 villagers per layer, and the villager tries to throw the items at the other villager but misses, and then they drop through the middle. This actually works based on lighting mechanics. So this block right here is too dark to have any crops on it, but this farmer doesn't actually know that, so he's constantly trying to place plants on top of that soil block there. But then this redstone updates it, letting the crop know, hey, you're on a block that's too dark, you shouldn't be here. So it pops off, and then it gets picked up by this hopper minecart, which then sends it through into this chest right here. So it's a really, really simple system. And it's going to fit in really, really nicely in this area here. So this is the 15 by 15 dirt square that we're going to need for the farming. And I mean, in previous seasons, I farmed rhubarb as well, or is it beetroot? I can't remember which one. But to be honest with you, it's so useless. We're not going to be doing that this season. So we're just going to be having carrots and potatoes. And then I guess we'll get some form of wheat farm set up somewhere else around the build. But amazingly, I don't actually have any dirt. I would have thought I would have tons of the stuff, but apparently not. So we're going to have to go out and mine some of this. Right, I'm hoping that this should be the actual template all laid out. So as you can see, we've got both of our layers in place. That one is going to be potatoes, that one right there is going to be carrots, and then we have got gaps for all of the redstone and all of the item transportation systems and everything like that. We also have all of the lights in place that are strategically placed to keep the entire field completely lit up, apart from that one block in the middle that needs to be dark enough to stop the seeds being able to be planted. Now I know this is a long shot, but do we have any brown coats? No. No, we don't. We might actually have to take them from my system. Regardless, we don't need to worry about that just yet, because I think the first thing I want to do is actually build up the exterior of this thing, and it's going to be quite a simple design, but obviously it's going to fit in with all of the builds that we have going on in this area around my base. I think we're just going to literally loop blocks around the outline of this thing, and hopefully it should end up looking quite good. Fingers very crossed. I mean, you've heard that a number of times in this Hermitcraft season. Now let's see. I've laid out a bit of a template just so we can get a rough idea of what this is going to look like, and that is it. Okay. There's something off about that, but I can't work out what it is. I think it just looks a little bit too unsupported, really. That's difficult. Maybe if we were to place... Well, that doesn't make this... See, we also can't block off that light, because that's an important light in the system. Maybe if we were to chop off these edges, give it sort of something a little bit like that. Maybe even chop off these edges. This is... That's actually not... Yeah, no, this isn't working at all. This is much, much better. So just a little tweak of the design, just giving it some kind of hard edges and things like that, makes it about 50 times better. I can't believe that I was even considering going for the first one. So now I've got to do this on all of the different sides and then work out some way to do the roof. And I imagine we'll probably crisscross these kind of main elements here up and over the top, a little bit like what we've done with this building here. I tell you what, when we start up our Amazon store officially, we are selling concrete 100%, because it is one of the most frustrating things to get. That being said, I think myself and Grian would be the biggest customers, and we're both members of the Amazon store, so I don't actually know how profitable it would be, because we'll be using all of our own stock. Yep, well, once again, I'm just going to ignore that, just temporarily ignore that for the time being, to buy myself some of this. 2 diamonds per stack. Okay, I think... Oh man, I really didn't bring many diamonds. What am I doing? Why did I only bring 4 diamonds? Oh, fingers crossed, because I'm too lazy to go back to my base. Yes! This place has actually been selling. In fact... Is it sold out? I mean, it looks pretty sold out to me. Now I'm hoping that with these final few window panes, this should be everything completed for all of the layers, at least on the wall. So I haven't done any of the ceiling just yet, because I actually have an interesting idea as to what I want to do with the ceiling. But that should be it. Now, I am curious to see what this looks like. I really, really am. Because it's a tiny bit small. It's actually very small. It's a really small build. Look, it barely even... It's probably one of the lowest buildings that we have in the area. But that's what it looks like. And I've been thinking about what I want to do. That side has got a solid edge. And then this side has got the 1 block wide edges. And I'm not sure what I prefer. I think I actually prefer the solid edge. So if we were to build up this concrete here, I think that will end up looking cooler. And then I've been thinking about what I want to do actually up at the top. I think I'm actually going to create a field of carrots and potatoes and things like that, and then build up these structures over the top of it. So it's kind of like an enclosed garden. I think that should end up looking really, really cool. What do we think of this? I think it needs some work, but I like the concept. I like the idea. It looks a little bit awkward right now, so we need to do some work on it. Just so you know, I spend so much time just standing on these buildings, just staring at my build. I mean, seriously, it's probably about 60% of the time spent building. This is always good fun, and always a recipe for damage. Oh gosh! How did I not die then? Look how fast I went up into the sky though. Ah. So I've made a couple of minor changes to this. I've swapped out the central blocks for glass, because originally they were cyan terracotta. And I wonder if this is actually going to improve things. Let's see. So if I fly up... Ooh, that will look quite cool. Once we get all of the plants in on the top, I actually think it will look quite nice. Especially now that we've got that cyan terracotta going around like that. So that's going to be the border of our little meadow or farmland, I guess. I find it funny that I buy almost all of the carrots in iTrade, but never really use iTrade. Now, clearly someone needs to set up a carrot and potato... Maybe we can set up a carrot and potato shop. I've just built a carrot and potato farm. This is fantastic. Our Amazon store is going to be absolutely... It's just going to be the best. We're going to be billionaires. Anyway, I'm hoping that this should be everything. So once we fill this in, that should be this entire structure all completed. Now, I have to say, I'm quite excited to see it. I've put in all of the carrots on the top. I've just built up the structure around it, which always improves the look of these buildings. When they're just sat there floating above the water, they can look a little bit strange. But now, that looks pretty cool. I think once all the carrots grow, it will definitely improve things a little bit. But no, that makes up a really nice part of the little town that we have out front of this. Nice! That's such a cool little addition. Right there, just standing tall. It's kind of like a castle. I think because of the way the base is, and yeah, the kind of pointy edges, it's almost like it's the castle of carrots. Well, that's fantastic. So that is all done. Obviously, we don't have the villagers in just yet because we don't have any villagers to put in there. So I'll have to go AFK overnight in the next couple days just to try my best to get some of those. But now we're going to move away from this and get to work on another redstone project. Oh my word, I've just found another witch hut. This one's way closer than the one that I've got. And it's surrounded by way more land as well, so it would have been so much easier to do. Ah, well, you live and you learn. I've just found another one. Where is my witch hut? I've genuinely lost my own witch hut. Well, eventually I found it, or what's left of it, and I'm concerned, okay? Because all the witch huts that I fly past have witches in them, and I'm yet to see a single witch spawn in the witch hut that I've got. So, it's getting dark. Let's see if we can get one to spawn. I mean, it would really be upsetting if this isn't actually... I can't remember what you call them. It's not a viable witch hut? So, we're going to get very unscientific here, and I'm just going to build up a dark room and hope for the best. Essentially, we're going to cross our fingers and hope that we can get something to spawn. Please. Oh, no. Oh no! I can't think of a worse place I could have died. Oh gosh. Oh, this is bad news. I'm hoping that I should be able to repair up these elytra with these couple of levels. Okay, that should get us there. It's a couple thousand blocks away. I'm gonna get some more rockets. So I think for the most part I got a lot of my items back. We managed to get the elytra back, which is good. Pretty much all my tools as well. And the Fork of Friendship. I would have been upset if that had gone. There's a few bits and bobs that are missing, my sticky pistons, things like that, but what can you do? I'm just happy that not all of it was lost in the lava. Oh, there's some redstone down there. But yeah, that's... Oh, there's the sticky pistons. Because they're kind of expensive. I kind of wanted those. Yeah, we had 40 of them. That's handy. I think that redstone could be a lost cause, because I kind of don't want to bridge across. But then again, we don't really have much of it left. Yes, we managed to recover it. That's exciting, I think. So a witch didn't spawn in my dark room, but it spawned on top of the roof. Is that... Does... What does... He's just despawned. What does that mean? Does that mean... Is that a spawning spot for a witch hut? Or is that not a spawning spot for a witch hut? Does this mean that this is a valid witch hut? I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit more testing. What I've done is I've generated a new Minecraft world with the same seed as Hermitcraft. And I'm going to make my way over to the witch hut. Okay, there is a witch in it. So surely that would mean that this is a valid witch hut. Man, this is what it used to look like before I bombed it. Anyway, I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comment section if I'm totally wrong, but I've spent hours waiting for a witch to spawn, so I think I'm just going to start work. But before we do that, I've flown all the way back home just so I can repair up my elytra. Literally one swipe of my sword and it's done. That's almost painful that I've had to fly 7,000 blocks for that. So my plan is to build up all of the flying machines across this edge right here. So do all of the stations and all the flying machines, ready to activate them at some point in the near future, probably during a live stream, because I am going to have to stand around for hours waiting for these to do their thing. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! So unexpectedly, I'm over there building up all the scaffolding and things like that. But this dude has just, well, this lovely lady has just spawned inside this area here, which means that this is actually a witch hut. It's a working witch hut. We're gonna get witches spawning. Thank goodness. This is going to be a lot of flying machines. Blimey. Okay, we're also gonna have to take out this forest. Right, let's start building and we'll see how it goes. That's what I like to see. I was panicking because I didn't have any TNT. But we've actually got tons of the stuff. Alright, we're good to go. I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do these things bit by bit. So first things first, we're going to get all of the flying machines in. So this one, let's see. These ones point this way, and then this one points this way. So we'll do that. And then we'll get all of the next section in, which is that piston and that little section right there, along with that furnace. And then we'll get all of the actual duplicators in place. And I gotta say, it is so much easier doing this in a video as opposed to doing it live. I was getting myself in so much of a muddle when I was trying to do this with 22,000 people watching me. Anyway, this right here is the end of the pushers for the duplicators. So that's that all done. That's that system in place. The next thing that we have to do is the top half of the duplicator, which is the one with the minecart and the concrete walls. So that is this kind of L shape. And then the next part actually goes one block further along, and that's the TNT and the dead coral, and then we're done. We actually have them in place. This is amazing. I am honestly alarmed at how painless that was. So now I'm just making my way back through, making sure that there's no scaffolding left, because we don't want any TNT sticking to stuff or blowing things up that we don't want them to blow up. And I imagine I'm probably going to have to deforest this area a tiny bit now that I'm looking, because... Oh, what? Hang on. I've put these too low, haven't I? I mean, I suppose we'll have to just dig out the area. I can't believe I didn't even notice that. But all of that is very good stuff for... Oh, God. There was a bit of fluff on my hand and I thought it was a spider. I'm going to leave that in the video because that's so embarrassing. So, as I was saying before I freak myself out, all of that is very good for live streaming. So, I think at some point in the next couple of days, I'm going to do another big dig live stream, and I'm going to try my best to get this entire half of the hole all cleared out. We are 10 hours in so far, and this is all we've managed to pull off. But I think in the next live stream, well, I suppose we're probably more than that. We're probably about 13 hours now. So we're 13 hours in, and this is all we've managed to do. But I think with the next live stream, we should be able to get this half of it all fully cleared out with the help of these machines right here. So I'll clear out all of the trees, I'll clear out all of this dirt right here, I'll make sure there's no water, then we'll fill in all of the minecarts, we'll place in the observers on the top, which will activate the machines, and then they will go back and forth, gradually taking out a massive space here. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. So I look forward to seeing you on that one. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all I've got time for today. I've really enjoyed today's Hermitcraft episode. We made a ton of progress. So if you have had fun, be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.